Ecology and behaviors of insects in detail. Very long answer. ChatGPT. Ecology and behaviors of insects. Insects are the most diverse group of animals on Earth, occupying virtually every habitat and playing crucial roles in ecosystems. Their incredible adaptability and diverse behaviors allow them to exploit a wide range of ecological niches. Let's explore the ecology and behaviors of insects in detail. 1. Habitat diversity. Insects inhabit diverse environments, from deserts to rainforests, aquatic ecosystems to urban areas. Their small size allows them to occupy microhabitats within these environments. 2. Feeding behaviors. Insects have a wide range of feeding strategies, including herbivore, predation, scavenging, and parasitism. Herbivorous insects can be specialists, feeding on a specific plant species, or generalists, feeding on a variety of plants. 3. Pollination. Insects, especially bees, butterflies, and flies, play a crucial role in pollinating flowering plants. This ecological service is essential for plant reproduction and the production of fruits and seeds. 4. Parasitism and predation. Parasitoid insects lay eggs on or in a host organism, and their larvae develop by consuming the host from within. They play a role in controlling populations of other insects. Predatory insects control pest populations and maintain ecosystem balance. 5. Behavior and communication. Insects exhibit complex behaviors in communication through visual, chemical, auditory, and tactile signals. Social insects, like ants, bees, and termites, have intricate communication systems and division of labor within colonies. 6. Reproduction and life cycles. Insects have diverse reproductive strategies, including sexual reproduction, asexual reproduction, and parthenogenesis. Their life cycles can be simple or complex, with various larval stages before reaching adulthood. 7. Mimicry. Insects use mimicry to resemble other organisms, objects, or features of their environment for camouflage or protection. Pterogen mimicry involves harmless insects mimicking harmful species to avoid predators. 8. Diapause. In response to unfavorable conditions, insects enter a period of diapause, during which their metabolic activity decreases and they conserve energy. 9. Migration. Some insect species undertake long-distance migrations to find suitable breeding or feeding grounds. Monarch butterflies are famous for their annual migrations spanning thousands of miles. 10. Eusociality. Eusocial insects, like honeybees and ants, live in colonies with complex social structures and division of labor. Queen bees and ants are responsible for reproduction, while workers perform tasks like foraging and caring for the young. 11. Territorial behavior. Insects, such as butterflies, defend territories to secure access to resources like nectar and mating partners. 12. Parental care. Some insects exhibit parental care, protecting eggs and young from predators or providing them with food. 13. Response to environmental changes. Insects can respond rapidly to environmental changes, including temperature fluctuations, by altering their behaviors and life cycles. In conclusion, the ecology and behaviors of insects are incredibly diverse and complex. They occupy various ecological roles, shape ecosystems, and contribute to important processes like pollination, decomposition, and nutrient cycling. In conclusion, the ecology and behaviors of insects are incredibly diverse and complex. They occupy various ecological roles, shape ecosystems, and contribute to important processes like pollination, decomposition, and nutrient cycling. Their ability to adapt to a wide range of environments and exhibit intricate behaviors has contributed to their evolutionary success and their essential role in maintaining the balance of ecosystems. Understanding insect ecology and behaviors is crucial for conservation efforts, pest management, and our overall understanding of the natural world. Aquatic insects in detail. Very long answer. ChatGPT. Aquatic insects, adaptations, ecology, and importance. Aquatic insects are a fascinating group that has evolved diverse adaptations to thrive in aquatic environments. They inhabit various freshwater ecosystems, including ponds, streams, rivers, lakes, and wetlands. Their remarkable ecological roles and adaptations make them essential components of aquatic ecosystems. Let's delve into the world of aquatic insects in detail. 1. Adaptations. Hydrodynamic body. Aquatic insects often have streamlined bodies that reduce water resistance and facilitate movement. Air trapping. Many aquatic insects use hydrofuge hairs, plastrons, or air stores to create a thin layer of air around their bodies, aiding buoyancy and reducing friction. Gill filaments. Larvae of insects like dragonflies and mayflies have gill filaments or lamellae for oxygen exchange in water. Tracheal gills. Aquatic insects like diving beetles possess tracheal gills that allow them to breathe atmospheric air while submerged. Swimming appendages. Legs adapted for swimming or paddling enable insects to navigate through water. Jet propulsion. Larvae of dragonflies and damselflies use jet propulsion by expelling water from their abdomens for rapid movement. 2. Ecological roles. Prey and predators. Aquatic insects form an essential part of the food chain. Larvae and adults serve as prey for various aquatic organisms, while many insects actively hunt other aquatic organisms. Decomposition. Aquatic insects contribute to nutrient cycling by breaking down organic matter in aquatic ecosystems. Pollination. Some aquatic insects, like water striders, accidentally pollinate aquatic plants when moving between flowers. Indicator species. The presence, absence, or abundance of certain aquatic. Aquatic insects in detail. Very long answer. ChatGPT. Aquatic insects, adaptations, ecology, and importance. Aquatic insects are a fascinating group that has evolved diverse adaptations to thrive in aquatic environments. They inhabit various freshwater ecosystems, including ponds, streams, rivers, lakes, and wetlands. Their remarkable ecological roles and adaptations make them essential components of aquatic ecosystems. Let's delve into the world of aquatic insects in detail. 1. Adaptations. Hydrodynamic body. Aquatic insects often have streamlined bodies that reduce water resistance and facilitate movement. Air trapping. Many aquatic insects use hydrofuge hairs, plastrons, or air stores to create a thin layer of air around their bodies, aiding buoyancy and reducing friction. Gill filaments. Larvae of insects like dragonflies and mayflies have gill filaments or lamellae for oxygen exchange in water. Tracheal gills. Aquatic insects like diving beetles possess tracheal gills that allow them to breathe atmospheric air while submerged. Swimming appendages. Legs adapted for swimming or paddling enable insects to navigate through water. Jet propulsion. Larvae of dragonflies and damselflies use jet propulsion by expelling water from their abdomens for rapid movement. 2. Ecological roles. Prey and predators. Aquatic insects form an essential part of the food chain. Larvae and adults serve as prey for various aquatic organisms, while many insects actively hunt other aquatic organisms. Decomposition. Aquatic insects contribute to nutrient cycling by breaking down organic matter in aquatic ecosystems. Pollination. Some aquatic insects, like water striders, accidentally pollinate aquatic plants when moving between flowers. Indicator species. The presence, absence, or abundance of certain aquatic insects can serve as indicators of water quality and ecosystem health. 3. Habitats and niches. Lentic habitats. Aquatic insects inhabit still water bodies like ponds, lakes, and marshes. Examples include water boatmen and water striders. Lotic habitats. Running water habitats like streams and rivers host insects adapted to fast-flowing currents, such as stoneflies and caddisflies. Wetlands, marshes and swamps provide diverse niches for specialized aquatic insects like mosquitoes and dragonflies. 4. Life cycles. Holometabolous development. Many aquatic insects undergo complete metamorphosis, transitioning through egg, larva, pupa, and adult stages. Semi-aquatic habitats. Some insects, like mosquitoes, lay eggs in water, and their larvae develop in the aquatic environment, while the adults emerge to breed air. 5. Economic importance. Biological control. Predatory aquatic insects help control pest populations in aquatic ecosystems. Ecosystem services. Aquatic insects contribute to nutrient recycling, decomposition, and pollination. Recreational fishing. Aquatic insects serve as food sources for fish, making them crucial for recreational fishing. 6. Biodiversity and conservation. Biodiversity hotspots. Many aquatic insect species are endemic to specific regions, contributing to regional biodiversity. Conservation. Protecting aquatic habitats is essential to ensure the survival of unique aquatic insect species and maintain healthy aquatic ecosystems. In conclusion, aquatic insects exemplify the incredible diversity of adaptations and ecological roles within the insect world. Their ability to exploit various aquatic niches, their importance in nutrient cycling and food webs, and their sensitivity to environmental changes underscore their significance in maintaining the health and functioning of aquatic ecosystems. Studying aquatic insects enhances our understanding of ecosystem dynamics and aids in effective conservation efforts to preserve these essential components of freshwater habitats. Factors influencing the aquatic life in detail. Very long answer. ChatGPT. Factors influencing aquatic life in detail. Aquatic ecosystems are complex environments shaped by a multitude of biotic and abiotic factors. These factors interact to create a delicate balance that affects the health and functioning of aquatic life. Understanding these influences is crucial for effective ecosystem management and conservation. Here's a comprehensive look at the factors influencing aquatic life. 1. Water quality. Temperature. Water temperature affects metabolic rates, reproduction, and habitat suitability for aquatic organisms. Dissolved oxygen. Oxygen availability influences the survival and behavior of aquatic organisms, especially those relying on gills for respiration. pH. The pH of water affects chemical reactions and the availability of essential nutrients. Nutrient levels. Excessive nutrient enrichment eutrophication can lead to algal blooms and oxygen depletion, disrupting aquatic ecosystems. 2. Flow regime. Flow velocity. Flow rate affects habitat availability and the ability of organisms to anchor or move within water bodies. Hydroperiod. The duration and frequency of flooding or dry spells in wetlands and other shallow water bodies impact the organisms adapted to these conditions. 3. Sedimentation and substrate. Sediment load. High sediment loads can smother aquatic habitats, affecting feeding, breeding, and respiration of aquatic organisms. Substrate composition. The type of substrate, sand, gravel, rocks influences the types of organisms that can thrive in a particular habitat. 4. Light availability. Sunlight. Light penetration affects the distribution of aquatic plants, which provide habitat and oxygen for other organisms. UV radiation. UV radiation can impact the physiology and behavior of aquatic organisms, leading to adaptations to minimize its effects. 5. Salinity and osmoregulation. Salinity. Aquatic organisms are adapted to specific salinity levels, and changes in salinity influence their distribution and physiology. Osmoregulation. Freshwater and marine organisms have different strategies for maintaining internal osmotic balance. 6. Biotic interactions. Competition. Competition for resources like food and space affects population sizes and distribution. Predation. Predator-prey interactions shape the behavior and population dynamics of aquatic species. Mutualism. Symbiotic relationships, such as between some fish and cleaning shrimp, provide mutual benefits. 7. Habitat complexity. Vegetation. Aquatic plants provide shelter, oxygen, and food sources for various organisms. Physical structures. Submerged logs, rocks, and other physical structures create habitats for aquatic organisms. 8. Human activities. Pollution. Pollution from urban runoff, industrial waste, and agricultural runoff can disrupt aquatic ecosystems. Habitat destruction. Land development and alteration of water bodies can destroy critical aquatic habitats. Invasive species. Introduced species can outcompete native species, disrupting ecosystem balance. 9. Climate change. Temperature shifts. Rising temperatures can alter the distribution of aquatic species and impact reproduction and feeding behavior. Altered precipitation patterns. Changes in rainfall patterns affect water levels and flow regimes, affecting aquatic habitats. 10. Geological factors. Geology. The underlying geological structure influences the physical and chemical properties of water bodies. In conclusion, aquatic life is intricately intertwined with a multitude of factors that influence their survival, behavior, and distribution. The delicate balance of these factors determines the health and functioning of aquatic ecosystems. A comprehensive understanding of these influences is essential for effective ecosystem management, conservation efforts, and the preservation of the diverse life forms that inhabit aquatic environments. Food capture in detail. Very long answer. ChatGPT. Food capture in aquatic insects. A detailed overview. Aquatic insects have evolved a wide range of adaptations for capturing their food in aquatic environments. These adaptations are diverse and specialized, reflecting the varied ecological niches these insects inhabit. Food capture strategies are shaped by factors such as the insect's habitat, feeding preferences, and the type of prey available. Here's a comprehensive look at the different mechanisms aquatic insects employ to capture their food. 1. Predation. Predatory insects. Many aquatic insects are predators that actively hunt and capture prey. Examples include dragonfly larvae, damselfly nymphs, and diving beetles. Hunting techniques. Predatory insects use various strategies, such as ambush hunting, stalking, and chasing, to capture their prey. 2. Filter feeding. Filter feeders. Some aquatic insects, like certain caddisfly larvae, use specialized structures to filter tiny particles and plankton from the water. Feeding structures. Filter feeding insects often possess elaborate mouthparts or modified sedate hairs that create a filtering apparatus. 3. Herbivora. Herbivorous insects. Aquatic insects that feed on plants are known as herbivores. They consume algae, aquatic plants, and detritus. Scraping and biting. Herbivorous insects may use scraping mouthparts to graze on algae or have chewing mouthparts for consuming plant tissues. 4. Detritivore. Detritivores. Detritivores aquatic insects feed on decaying organic matter and detritus. They play a vital role in nutrient cycling. Mouthparts. Detritivores often have specialized mouthparts for shredding and processing organic debris. 5. Parasitism. Parasitic behavior. Some aquatic insects are parasitic and attach themselves to host organisms, often other insects or aquatic animals. Host manipulation. Parasitic insects manipulate their host's behavior or physiology to ensure their own survival. 6. Surface feeding. Surface skimmers. Insects like water striders use their hydrophobic legs to skate on the water surface while capturing insects that fall into the water. 7. Capture structures. Modified appendages. Aquatic insects have evolved specialized appendages like grasping forelegs, pincers, and mandibles to capture and manipulate prey. Setae and spines. Modified setae or spines on appendages aid in securing and immobilizing prey. 8. Suction feeding. Suction feeders. Some insects, like mosquito larvae, use rapid mouthpart movements to create a suction force that pulls in small particles of prey. 9. Projectile capture. Projectile tongues. Certain insects have specialized structures, like spring-loaded mandibles, that can be rapidly extended to capture unsuspecting prey. 10. Chemical attraction. Luring prey. Some aquatic insects produce chemicals to attract prey, such as the glowing lure of the firefly larva that attracts prey to its jaws. In conclusion, aquatic insects have evolved a fascinating array of strategies to capture food in their watery habitats. These adaptations highlight the diversity and complexity of ecological niches within aquatic ecosystems. The mechanisms employed by different insects showcase the dynamic interactions between predator and prey, herbivores and plants, and scavengers and detritus, all of which contribute to the intricate web of life in aquatic environments. Understanding these food capture strategies is essential for comprehending the role of aquatic insects in shaping ecosystem dynamics and maintaining ecosystem health. Modifications in detail. Very long answer. ChatGPT. Modifications in insects, a comprehensive exploration. Insects, as one of the most diverse and successful groups of organisms on Earth, have evolved a remarkable array of adaptations and modifications that allow them to thrive in various habitats and ecological niches. These modifications encompass structural, behavioral, physiological, and reproductive changes that enhance their survival, reproduction, and ability to exploit different resources. Here, we delve into the intricate world of modifications in insects. 1. Morphological adaptations. Camouflage. Insects like stick insects and leaf insects have evolved body shapes and coloration that mimic their environment, providing effective camouflage. Mimicry. Batesian mimicry, where harmless insects resemble toxic species, and Malarian mimicry, where multiple toxic species resemble each other, offer protection from predators. 2. Mouthpart modifications. Piercing sucking mouthparts. Insects like mosquitoes and fleas have developed specialized mouthparts for piercing the skin of hosts to obtain blood or fluids. Sponging mouthparts. Houseflies possess sponging mouthparts to absorb liquid nutrients, facilitating their feeding on liquids. 3. Antennal modifications. Chemoreception. Antennae are modified for detecting chemical cues such as pheromones, helping insects communicate and locate mates. Sensory structures. Many insects have sensory structures on their antennae to detect vibrations, temperature changes, and humidity. 4. Leg modifications. Jumping legs. Grasshoppers have enlarged hind legs designed for jumping. Burrowing legs. Burrowing insects like mole crickets have forelegs adapted for digging and tunneling. 5. Wing modifications. Elytra. Beetles possess hardened forewings called elytra that protect and cover their membranous hindwings. Reduced wings. Some flightless insects have wings reduced in size or completely absent, as seen in some ants. 6. Respiratory adaptations. Tracheal system. Insects have evolved a tracheal system that transports oxygen directly to tissues, enabling efficient respiration. 7. Metamorphic modifications. Complete metamorphosis. Insects like butterflies undergo complete metamorphosis, transitioning through egg, larva, pupa, and adult stages. This strategy reduces competition between life stages. 8. Reproductive modifications. Parthenogenesis. Some insects can reproduce asexually through parthenogenesis, where females produce offspring without fertilization. Ovipositor. Female insects often possess specialized ovipositors for depositing eggs in specific locations, such as plant tissues or host organisms. 9. Social modifications. Division of labor. Social insects like bees, ants, and termites have evolved castes with specific roles, optimizing colony efficiency. Specialized structures. In social insects, some individuals have specialized structures for tasks such as defense, foraging, and reproduction. Asterisk 10. Defense mechanisms. Chemical defenses. Many insects produce toxins or chemicals to deter predators, like the defensive spray of bombardier beetles. Startle displays. Some insects, like sphinx moth caterpillars, display sudden behaviors to startle predators. 11. Specialized behaviors. Basking. Insects bask in the sun to regulate body temperature. Parental care. Some insects exhibit parental care, protecting eggs or young until they are ready to fend for themselves. 12. Adaptations to extreme environments. Desert survival. Desert insects have adaptations like water conservation mechanisms and reflective body coverings. Arctic adaptations. Arctic insects have evolved antifreeze compounds and strategies to survive in cold environments. Insects modifications are a testament to their incredible diversity and their ability to occupy virtually every corner of the planet. These adaptations showcase the power of natural selection and the fascinating ways in which insects have sculpted their bodies, behaviors, and life histories to navigate an astonishing variety of challenges. The study of these modifications not only enhances our understanding of insect biology but also provides insights into the broader mechanisms of evolution and adaptation in the natural world. Respiration in semi-aquatic insects in detail. Very long answer. ChatGPT. Respiration in semi-aquatic insects, a detailed exploration. Semi-aquatic insects, also known as aquatic insects, spend a significant portion of their lives in aquatic environments while still requiring access to atmospheric oxygen. They have evolved specialized respiratory adaptations that allow them to respire efficiently in both aquatic and terrestrial habitats. Here, we delve into the intricate world of respiration in semi-aquatic insects. 1. Tracheal system. Semi-aquatic insects possess a highly branched tracheal system, a network of air tubes that delivers oxygen directly to tissues. They have spiracles, tiny openings on the body's surface, which allow air to enter next to the tracheal system. Spiracles can be closed to prevent water loss during underwater activities. 2. Cutaneous respiration. Many semi-aquatic insects, like aquatic beetles and bugs, can exchange gases through their body surface, especially when submerged. Oxygen dissolves in the thin layer of water that surrounds the body, diffusing into the insect's tissues. 3. Physical adaptations. Some insects evolve specialized structures for facilitating gas exchange. For example, aquatic insects like water striders have hydrophilic water-repellent hairs that create air pockets around their bodies, enhancing buoyancy and preventing water from clogging their spiracles. 4. Gill adaptations. Certain semi-aquatic insects, like aquatic larvae of dragonflies and damselflies, possess gills for underwater respiration. Gills increase the surface area available for oxygen exchange. Gills are often richly vascularized to transport oxygen to tissues. 5. Air storage. Some semi-aquatic insects store air bubbles under their wings, on body hairs, or even in specialized air chambers. These air stores act as a supplementary source of oxygen during underwater activities. 6. Behavioral adaptations. Semi-aquatic insects exhibit behaviors to optimize respiration. Some insects come to the water surface periodically to replenish their air stores. Others use abdominal movements to actively pump water over their gills, enhancing oxygen uptake. 7. Tracheal gills. Some aquatic insects, like mosquito larvae and some mayflies, have tracheal gills that extend from their body and into the water. These gills have fine branches that increase surface area and facilitate gas exchange. 8. Hemoglobin and hemocyanin. Hemoglobin and hemocyanin are respiratory pigments that enhance oxygen carrying capacity. Aquatic insects often have these pigments to effectively transport oxygen to tissues. 9. Metabolic adaptations. Semi-aquatic insects may exhibit metabolic adaptations, such as a reduced metabolic rate, to cope with limited oxygen availability underwater. Asterisk 10. Tolerance to anoxia. Some aquatic insects can tolerate periods of oxygen deprivation and anoxia due to their ability to switch to anaerobic metabolism or enter a state of dormancy. Respiration in semi-aquatic insects showcases the remarkable ways in which organisms have adapted to exploit diverse environments. Their ability to respire efficiently in both aquatic and terrestrial habitats is a testament to the intricacies of evolution. Aquatic insects often have these pigments to effectively transport oxygen to tissues. 9. Metabolic adaptations. Semi-aquatic insects may exhibit metabolic adaptations, such as a reduced metabolic rate, to cope with limited oxygen availability underwater. Asterisk 10. Tolerance to anoxia. Some aquatic insects can tolerate periods of oxygen deprivation and anoxia due to their ability to switch to anaerobic metabolism or enter a state of dormancy. Respiration in semi-aquatic insects showcases the remarkable ways in which organisms have adapted to exploit diverse environments. Their ability to respire efficiently in both aquatic and terrestrial habitats is a testament to the intricacies of evolution and natural selection. The study of these adaptations not only furthers our understanding of insect biology but also provides insights into the broader mechanisms that enable life to thrive in a range of ecological niches. Respiration in truly aquatic insects in detail. Very long answer. ChatGPT. Respiration in truly aquatic insects, a comprehensive exploration. Truly aquatic insects have evolved a range of fascinating adaptations to facilitate respiration in their watery habitats. These adaptations are crucial for their survival, as oxygen availability is different underwater compared to in the air. Let's delve into the intricate world of respiration in truly aquatic insects. 1. Tracheal gills. Many truly aquatic insects possess specialized tracheal gills, which are external structures that serve as sites for gas exchange. Tracheal gills are often filamentous or plate-like and are richly vascularized. These gills increase the surface area available for oxygen diffusion and carbon dioxide elimination. 2. Abdominal plastron respiration. Certain aquatic insects, like diving beetles and some aquatic bugs, use abdominal plastron respiration. They trap a bubble of air beneath their elytroping covers to create a physical gill that exchanges gases with water. 3. Siphon tube respiration. Aquatic insects like mosquito larvae. They trap a bubble of air beneath their elytroping covers to create a physical gill that exchanges gases with water. 3. Siphon tube. These gills increase the surface area available for oxygen diffusion and carbon dioxide elimination. 2. Abdominal plastron respiration. Certain aquatic insects, like diving beetles and some aquatic bugs, use abdominal plastron respiration. They trap a bubble of air beneath their elytroping covers to create a physical gill that exchanges gases with water. 3. Siphon tube respiration. Aquatic insects like mosquito larvae use siphon tubes to extend above the water surface. These tubes act like snorkels, allowing the insects to access atmospheric oxygen while the rest of their body remains submerged. 4. Cutaneous respiration. Insects with thin cuticles, like aquatic larvae of dragonflies and mayflies, can perform cutaneous respiration. They exchange gases through their body surface, relying on the diffusion of gases across the thin cuticle. 5. Hemoglobin and hemocyanin. Many aquatic insects have specialized respiratory pigments, like hemoglobin or cutaneous respiration. Insects with thin cuticles, like aquatic larvae of dragonflies and mayflies, can perform cutaneous abdominal plastron respiration. Certain aquatic insects, like diving beetles and some aquatic bugs, use abdominal plastron respiration. They trap a bubble of air beneath their elytroping covers to create a physical gill that exchanges gases with water. 3. Siphon tube respiration. Aquatic insects like mosquito larvae use siphon tubes to extend above the water surface. These tubes act like snorkels, allowing the insects to access atmospheric oxygen while the rest of their body remains submerged. 4. Cutaneous respiration. Insects with thin cuticles, like aquatic larvae of dragonflies and mayflies, can perform cutaneous respiration. They exchange gases through their body surface, relying on the diffusion of gases across the thin cuticle. 5. Hemoglobin and hemocyanin. Many aquatic insects have specialized respiratory pigments, like hemoglobin or hemocyanin, to enhance oxygen binding and transport. These pigments increase the capacity of the insect's circulatory system to carry oxygen to tissues. 6. Behavioral adaptations. Truly aquatic insects often exhibit behaviors that enhance respiration. They may engage in undulating movements or abdominal pumping to increase water flow over their gills. 7. Gill plume formation. Some aquatic insects have gill plumes that increase the surface area for gas exchange. These plumes can be expanded or cut. Behavioral adaptations. Truly aquatic insects often exhibit behaviors that enhance respiration. They may engage in undulating movements or abdominal pumping to increase water flow over their gills. 7. Gill plume formation. Some aquatic insects have gill plumes that increase the surface area for gas exchange. These plumes can be expanded or contracted to optimize oxygen uptake. 8. Metabolic adaptations. Aquatic insects often adjust their metabolic rates to cope with varying oxygen concentrations. They may slow down their metabolic activity during periods of reduced oxygen availability. 9. Obligate versus facultative aquatic insects. Some aquatic insects are obligated aquatic species, meaning they spend their entire life underwater. Others are facultative aquatic species, transitioning between aquatic and terrestrial environments. Obligate species often have more specialized respiratory adaptations. Asterisk 10. Symbiotic relationships. Certain aquatic insects have symbiotic relationships with aquatic plants or other organisms. These relationships can influence gas exchange and oxygen availability in their environment. The intricate adaptations for respiration in truly aquatic insects highlight the remarkable diversity of life forms and their ability to thrive in various ecological niches. The study of these adaptations not only provides insights into insect physiology but also contributes to our understanding of broader principles of adaptation and evolution. Truly aquatic insects showcase the dynamic interplay between form and function that enables organisms to excel in their unique habitats. Opposition methods, anchorage in detail. Very long answer. ChatGPT. Opposition methods and anchorage in insects, in-depth exploration. Opposition, the process of laying eggs, is a critical reproductive behavior in insects. Different species have evolved a variety of methods to ensure the successful placement and attachment of eggs in their environments. Anchorage mechanisms play a vital role in securing eggs to various substrates. Let's delve into the intricate world of opposition methods and anchorage in insects. 1. Substrate selection. Insects select specific substrates based on factors like moisture, nutrient availability, protection from predators, and suitability for offspring development. Different species have preferences for diverse substrates, such as leaves, stems, soil, water, or host organisms. 2. Opposition techniques. Insects use various techniques for egg placement. Insertion. Eggs are inserted into plant tissues using ovipositors or specialized structures. Adhesion. Eggs adhere directly to substrates using adhesive secretions. Suspension. Eggs are suspended in midair or water. Burial. Eggs are buried in soil, sand, or other substrates. Insects use various techniques for egg placement. Insertion. Eggs are inserted into plant tissues using ovipositors or specialized structures. Adhesion. Eggs adhere directly to substrates using adhesive secretions. Suspension. Eggs are suspended in midair or water. Burial. Eggs are buried in soil, sand, or other substrates. Cementing. Eggs are glued together to form clusters. Carrying. Insects use various techniques for egg placement. Insertion. Eggs are inserted into plant tissues using ovipositors or specialized structures. Adhesion. Eggs adhere directly to substrates using adhesive secretions. Suspension. Eggs are suspended in midair or water. Burial. Eggs are buried in soil, sand, or other substrates. Cementing. Eggs are glued together to form clusters. Carrying. Eggs are carried by the female and attached to suitable substrates. 3. Anchorage mechanisms. Once eggs are placed, insects have evolved various strategies to anchor them securely. Adhesive secretions. Insects secrete adhesive substances that attach eggs to substrates. These adhesives may harden over time. Microscopic hooks. Microscopic structures, such as tiny hooks or spines, anchor eggs to surfaces. Cementing. Female insects may glue eggs together, forming clusters that are more stable and resistant to environmental forces. Wrapping. Some insects wrap eggs in silk threads or other materials, securing them to the substrate. Geotropism. Eggs are laid in specific orientations that enhance anchorage, influenced by gravity. 4. Environmental adaptations. Insects adapt opposition methods and anchorage mechanisms to suit their environments. Terrestrial insects. These insects often lay eggs on or under leaves, inside plant tissues, or in soil. Aquatic insects. Aquatic species attach eggs to underwater surfaces, often using adhesive secretions or silk threads. Parasitic insects. Parasitic wasps may lay eggs inside host organisms using specialized ovipositors. Insects adapt opposition methods and anchorage mechanisms to suit their environments. Terrestrial insects. These insects often lay eggs on or under leaves, inside plant tissues, or in soil. Aquatic insects. Aquatic species attach eggs to underwater surfaces, often using adhesive secretions or silk threads. Parasitic insects. Parasitic wasps may lay eggs inside host organisms using specialized ovipositors. 5. Behavioral adaptations. Opposition behaviors are often complex and influenced by factors like temperature, humidity, photoperiod, and host availability. Some insects choose specific times of day or locations for egg laying to optimize offspring survival. 6. Defense against predation. Opposition behaviors and anchorage mechanisms may also serve as defense against predators. Hidden or well-anchored eggs are less likely to be detected and consumed by predators. Opposition methods and anchorage mechanisms in insects showcase the remarkable ways in which organisms have evolved to ensure the survival and success of their offspring. These adaptations are intricately linked to the specific ecological niches and challenges that insects face in their environments. The study of opposition behaviors and anchorage provides insights into the diverse strategies that have evolved across insect species, shedding light on the complex interplay between reproduction, behavior, and ecology. Locomotion. Adaptations of swimming forms in detail. Very long answer. ChatGPT. Locomotion and adaptations of swimming forms in insects, a comprehensive exploration. Insects exhibit a remarkable diversity of locomotion strategies to navigate through their environments. Among these, swimming is a specialized mode of locomotion that has evolved in various aquatic and semi-aquatic insect species. These insects have developed a range of adaptations that enable them to move efficiently through water. Let's delve into the intricate world of swimming adaptations in insects. 1. Body shape and hydrodynamics. Aquatic insects often have streamlined body shapes that minimize water resistance and drag. A tapered body with reduced surface area reduces friction and allows smoother movement through water. Streamlined bodies are particularly evident in insects like diving beetles and backswimmers. 2. Modified legs and appendages. Swimming insects possess specialized legs and appendages adapted for aquatic propulsion. Paddle-like legs. Legs may be broadened and flattened, resembling paddles, to create more surface area for pushing against water. Oar-like appendages. Some insects have oar-like structures that they rhythmically move through water to generate thrust. Hairy structures. Tiny hairs or setae on legs create a larger surface area, enhancing water resistance and providing better grip. 3. Leg strokes and movement. Swimming insects employ a variety of leg strokes to move through water. Alternating movements. Legs move in coordinated patterns, alternating between power strokes and recovery strokes. Synchronous movements. Some insects use simultaneous leg movements for efficient propulsion. Circular movements. Circular motions of legs create vortices that aid in generating thrust. 4. Air trapping and buoyancy. Some aquatic insects use air trapping mechanisms to improve buoyancy and control their position in the water. Surface films. Insects like water striders use hydrophobic light hairs to trap air and create a thin air layer beneath their bodies. Air stores. Aquatic insects may carry a bubble of air with them, enhancing buoyancy and facilitating movement. 5. Jet propulsion. Some insects, like backswimmers, use jet propulsion by forcefully expelling water from their abdomen, propelling them in the opposite direction. Jet propulsion allows for rapid bursts of movement and quick changes in direction. 6. Sensory adaptations. Swimming insects often rely on specialized sensory adaptations to navigate their watery habitats. Sensory hairs and setae on the body help insects detect water currents and obstacles. Tactile sensitivity. Sensitive mechanoreceptors help insects sense changes in water pressure and flow. 7. Wing adaptations. Insects with aquatic nymphs often have modified wings that act as gills for gas exchange. Wings may be flattened and used to extract oxygen from water. 8. Behavioral adaptations. Aquatic insects adjust their locomotion strategies based on factors like water currents, temperature, and predator presence. Some insects exhibit pigmentaxis, staying close to surfaces to reduce the effects of water currents. 9. Camouflage and mimicry. Swimming insects may use camouflage or mimicry to avoid detection by predators. Camouflage patterns on the body may blend in with aquatic vegetation. Swimming adaptations in insects exemplify the remarkable ways in which organisms have evolved to thrive in diverse aquatic habitats. The study of these adaptations not only sheds light on the complex interplay between form and function but also offers insights into the evolutionary processes that have shaped insect diversity. From dragonfly nymphs to water beetles, these adaptations demonstrate the incredible diversity and ingenuity of life forms that inhabit aquatic ecosystems. Gall-forming insects, definition and features. ChatGPT. Gall-forming insects are a fascinating group of organisms that exhibit a unique ecological interaction with plants. These insects induce the formation of distinctive structures called galls on the host plants, providing a protected environment for the developing insect larvae. Galls can take various forms, from small bumps to complex structures, and they serve as both a habitat and food source for the gall-forming insects during their immature stages. Here are some defining features and characteristics of gall-forming insects. 1. Gall formation. Gall-forming insects stimulate the host plant to undergo abnormal growth, resulting in the formation of galls. Galls can appear on leaves, stems, flowers, or even roots, depending on the insect species in the host plant. The insects release certain chemicals or hormones that trigger the plant's response and initiate gall development. 2. Structural diversity. Galls exhibit a wide range of shapes, sizes, colors, and textures. Galls can be spherical, elongated, spiky, or even highly intricate in their architecture. The structure of the gall is often species-specific and can aid in identifying the gall-forming insect responsible. 3. Host specificity. Gall-forming insects typically have a high degree of host specificity, meaning they induce galls only on specific plant species or closely related plants. This specificity is due to the coevolution of gall-forming insects with their host plants. 4. Nutritional relationship. Inside the galls, gall-forming insects find a protected environment rich in nutrients. The insects feed on the gall tissue, which is often modified by the plant to provide nourishment. 5. Life cycle. Gall-forming insects complete their life cycle within the gall. Eggs are usually laid on or near the plant tissue, and the hatched larvae move to induce gall formation. The larvae feed and develop inside the gall, and pupation and emergence as adults often occur within or near the gall. Eggs are usually laid on or near the plant tissue, and the hatched larvae move to induce. Gall-forming insects complete their life cycle within the gall. Eggs are usually laid on or near the plant tissue, and the hatched larvae move to induce gall formation. The larvae feed and develop inside the gall, and pupation and emergence as adults often occur within or near the gall. 6. Mutualistic and antagonistic interactions. Gall-forming insects can have mutualistic relationships with other organisms. Some galls provide shelter to other organisms, such as mites or parasitoid wasps, which feed on the gall inhabitant. Predators or parasitoids may target the gall-forming insects, leading to complex ecological interactions. 7. Plant defense responses. The formation of galls triggers the plant's defense mechanisms, leading to the creation of chemical compounds that deter herbivores or pathogens. Gall-forming insects have evolved mechanisms to manipulate and suppress these plant defenses. 8. Insect adaptations. Gall-forming insects have evolved specialized adaptations to interact with plant tissues and initiate gall formation. They often have modified mouthparts, ovipositors, or other structures that aid in gall induction. 9. Role in ecosystems. Gall-forming insects play a role in shaping plant communities and ecosystems by influencing plant growth and health. They can also serve as important food sources for other organisms. In conclusion, gall-forming insects exemplify the intricate relationships between insects and plants. Their ability to manipulate plant growth and development for their benefit is a testament to the complexity of ecological interactions in nature. Studying these interactions not only reveals the mechanisms behind gall formation but also provides insights into the coevolution of species and the interconnectedness of life forms within ecosystems. Examples of aquatic insects and gall forming. ChatGPT. Sure, here are examples of aquatic insects and gall forming insects. Aquatic insects. Mayflies, Ephemeroptera mayflies are commonly found in freshwater habitats such as streams and rivers. Their nymphs, also called naiads, are aquatic and play an important role as indicators of water quality. Caddisflies, Trichoptera caddisflies have aquatic larval stages that construct protective cases using silk and various materials like sand or plant fragments. These cases provide camouflage and protection against predators. Dragonflies and damselflies, Odonata dragonflies and damselflies have aquatic nymphs, also known as naiads, which live underwater and are voracious predators, feeding on small aquatic organisms. Mosquitoes, Diptera. Culicity, the larvae of mosquitoes are aquatic and develop in standing water. They are of medical importance as vectors of diseases like malaria, dengue, and Zika. Water beetles, Galeoptera. Didicity, water beetles are aquatic insects that can be found in various aquatic habitats, including ponds and streams. They have adaptations for swimming and diving. Gall-forming insects. Gall wasps, Hymenoptera. Cyanopidic gall wasps induce galls on various plant parts, such as leaves, stems, and acorns. The galls provide a safe environment for the developing wasp larvae. Gall midges, Diptera. Society gall midges are known for their diverse gall shapes, sizes, and locations on plants. They induce galls on leaves, flowers, and stems. Gall aphids, Hemiptera. Aphidae, some aphids induce galls on plant tissues, forming complex structures. These galls provide protection and a food source for the aphids. Gall mites, Echari. Areophyte gall mites are microscopic arachnids that induce galls on plant leaves, causing distortions in leaf growth. Gall moths, Lepidoptera. Sesamocyte gall moths induce galls on various plant parts, and the larvae live within these galls. They often create swellings on leaves or stems. These examples showcase the diversity of aquatic insects and gall-forming insects, highlighting their unique ecological roles and interactions with their respective environments. Formation, economic importance of gall-forming insects in detail, very long answer. ChatGPT. Formation of galls by gall-forming insects. Galls are abnormal plant growths induced by gall-forming insects as a result of complex interactions between the insect and the plant. The process of gall formation involves several stages. Initiation, the gall-forming insect, often a female, lays eggs on or near the plant tissue. Chemical cues released by the egg. Initiation, the gall-forming insect, often a female, lays eggs on or near the plant tissue. Chemical cues released by the eggs of the emerging larvae trigger the plant's response to initiate gall formation. Feeding and chemical manipulation, as the galls are abnormal plant growths induced by gall-forming insects as a result of complex interactions between the insect and the plant. The process of gall formation involves several stages. Initiation, the gall-forming insect, often a female, lays eggs on or near the plant tissue. Chemical cues released by the eggs of the emerging larvae trigger the plant's response to initiate gall formation. Feeding and chemical manipulation, as the insect larvae develop, they feed on plant tissue, often injecting saliva or other chemicals that manipulate the plant's growth hormones. These chemicals lead to the localized cell division and expansion, resulting in gall formation. Gall development, the plant cells in the gall area undergo changes in size, shape, and composition, creating a unique structure. The gall provides a sheltered habitat and nutrient-rich environment for the developing insect larva. Larval growth, the insect larvae continue to feed and develop within the gall. Some galls have specialized tissues that provide nutrition to the larva. Pupation and emergence, when the larvae complete their development, they pupate within the gall. After pupation, adult insects emerge from the gall, often leaving behind an empty gall structure. Economic importance of gall-forming insects. Ecological interactions, gall-forming insects play a significant role in ecosystems by affecting plant growth, nutrient cycling, and providing habitat and food for other organisms. They contribute to the biodiversity of natural communities. Research and education, gall-forming insects are of interest to entomologists, ecologists, and botanists. Studying their interactions with plants provides insights into coevolution, ecology, and plant-insect interactions. Agricultural impact, while some gall-forming insects are beneficial, others can cause economic losses in agriculture. For example, certain gall-forming wasps can negatively impact fruit crops by inducing galls that reduce fruit quality. Bioindicators, galls can serve as bioindicators of environmental conditions and plant health. Changes in gall formation patterns can provide insights into environmental stressors and pollution levels. Medicinal uses, some galls induced by insects contain bioactive compounds that have been used in traditional medicine. These compounds have potential applications in pharmaceutical research. Insect control, in certain cases, gall-forming insects can be used for biological control. By introducing gall-inducing natural enemies, such as parasitic wasps, to invasive plants, the growth of the invasive plants can be suppressed. Plant breeding. The study of plant responses to gall-forming insects can inform plant breeding strategies for developing pest-resistant varieties. Tourism and education. Gall formations are visually striking and can attract ecotourism and educational activities centered around insect-plant interactions. Phylogenetic studies. Gall-forming insects provide valuable information for evolutionary studies, as their interactions with specific plant hosts can reveal patterns of coevolution and divergence. In conclusion, the formation of galls by gall-forming insects is a fascinating example of the intricate interactions between insects and plants. These interactions have far-reaching ecological, economic, and scientific implications, from ecosystem dynamics to agricultural practices and medical research. Understanding the mechanisms of gall formation and their impacts contributes to our knowledge of biodiversity, ecosystem functioning, and the interconnectedness of life on Earth. Common gall pests in detail. Very long answer. ChatGPT. Common gall pests and their impact. Gall-forming insects are known to cause various types of galls on plants, and some of these insects can become significant pests in agricultural and natural ecosystems. Here are some common gall pests and their impact. Gall aphids Hemiptera. Aphidae. These insects induce galls on plant tissues, particularly on leaves and stems. They feed on plant sap and can weaken the host plants, leading to reduced growth, stunted development, and decreased yield in agricultural crops. Gall wasps Hymenoptera. Scientifically, certain species of gall wasps induce galls on trees, shrubs, and other plants. While some galls have minimal impact, others can cause deformities, reduce fruit quality, and hinder normal plant growth. Gall mites Picari. Areophyte gall mites are microscopic pests that induce galls on leaves, flowers, and other plant parts. These galls can distort plant growth, reduce photosynthesis, and lead to aesthetic damage. Gall midges Diptera. Society gall midges can induce galls on various plant parts, including leaves, flowers, and stems. These galls can disrupt plant development, reduce reproductive capacity, and affect fruit quality. Gall moths Lepidoptera. Sesamocyte gall moths induce galls on leaves and stems. Some species can cause significant damage to crops and ornamental plants, leading to economic losses. Gall nematodes Tylenchida. Anguinete. Subangwinete. These microscopic roundworms induce galls on plant roots, interfering with water and nutrient uptake. This can lead to wilting, reduced growth, and even plant death. Gall rust fungi. Ear-nails while not insects. These fungal pathogens can induce gall-like structures on leaves, causing chlorosis, defoliation, and reduced photosynthesis. Impact of gall pests. Reduced crop yield. Gall pests can significantly reduce crop yields in agricultural systems, affecting both quality and quantity of harvested produce. Aesthetic damage. Galls can alter the appearance of plants, making them less appealing for ornamental purposes in gardens and landscapes. Plant stress. Gall formation can stress plants by diverting nutrients and energy towards the development of galls, weakening overall plant health. Secondary infections. Galls can create entry points for other pathogens, increasing the susceptibility of plants to diseases. Ecosystem disruption. In natural ecosystems, gall pests can disrupt food webs and impact the abundance and distribution of other organisms that depend on the host plants. Management challenges. Managing gall pests can be challenging due to their specialized life cycles and protected habitats within galls. Chemical control may not always be effective or environmentally friendly. Loss of market value. For ornamental plants, the presence of galls can reduce their market value and affect sales. Resource allocation. The energy and nutrients diverted to gall formation could otherwise be used for plant growth, reproduction, and defense against other stresses. Biodiversity impacts. In cases where gall pests target native plants, their impact can contribute to shifts in plant species composition and affect overall ecosystem diversity. Addressing the challenges posed by gall pests requires an integrated approach, combining cultural practices, biological control, and sustainable management strategies. Understanding the life cycles, host-plant interactions, and ecological roles of these pests is crucial for effective pest management and maintaining healthy ecosystems. Free research preview. ChatGPT may produce inaccurate information about people, places, or facts.